Let yourself arrive here just as you are. Nothing needs to be fixed or arranged first. The day, whatever it held, is behind you now, and you can set it down the way you'd set down a heavy bag inside the front door. Not dealt with, just set down. It will keep. Feel the bed holding you, the mattress accepting the full weight of your shoulders, your hips, your heels. You might notice that you've been holding yourself slightly, the way people do all day without knowing it. And you can stop now. Let the bed do the holding. It's very good at it. It has nowhere else to be. Take a slow breath in through your nose if that's comfortable, and let it go long and soft through your lips like fog leaving a window. Again, in your own time. In and slowly out. There's no counting to get right here, no rhythm to maintain. Just a few breaths that are a little slower than the ones before them, and then your breathing can go back to looking after itself, the way it always does. You may find your jaw is willing to loosen. The small muscles around your eyes, the space between your eyebrows smoothing like a sheet pulled flat. Your hands can open wherever they lie. Your feet can turn slightly outward and rest. Every part of you that softens is a small yes, and you can say yes as many times as you like, or not at all. Even doing nothing is doing this perfectly. For the next long while, my voice is simply going to take you somewhere. You don't need to follow every word. You don't need to picture anything vividly, or hold onto the thread, or stay with me. The words will keep moving whether you listen or not, like water passing under a bridge, and you're allowed to drift off at any point. The beginning, the middle, mid-sentence. Wherever sleep finds you is the right place. If your mind wanders, that's fine too. It can wander out and wander back, or wander out and not come back at all. Everything from here on is downhill, downstream, easy. So let the room you're in grow dim in your attention. Let it fade at the edges the way the land fades when a train pulls away. And imagine now that you are standing at the end of a small wooden dock, at the edge of a wide, slow river, at the very last moment of dusk. The light is going violet. Not dark yet, that soft, deep hour when the sky above the far bank still holds a band of dusty rose, and everything else has turned the color of plums and shadow. The air is warm. Genuinely warm, the kind of warmth that means you could stand here in thin sleeves all night and never once think about it. It rests on your bare forearms like a second skin. The dock boards are smooth under your feet, worn soft by years of weather, still holding a little of the day's sun in them. You can feel that faint stored heat coming up through your soles. Somewhere below you, water moves against the pilings with a low, irregular sound. A lap, a pause, a smaller lap, unhurried. The river is in no rush, and it never has been. And there at the end of the dock, tied by a single rope, a flat-bottomed boat waits for you. It's a broad, stable, shallow thing, more like a floating room than a vessel, wide wooden hull, low sides, and in the middle of it a thick bed of cushions and folded blankets, arranged as if someone kind knew you were coming. At the stern, a lantern hangs from a curved iron hook, already lit. Its flame sits steady inside the glass, gold and small, and its light lies on the black water in a long, wobbling ribbon. You breathe in, and the night gives you its first gift. Jasmine. Night jasmine blooming somewhere along the banks, its scent drifting out over the water the way it only does after dark. Sweet and cool and a little green underneath, mixed with the mineral smell of the river itself, wet stone and warm mud and slow-moving water. You'll smell it all night, coming and going. It belongs to this place the way the frogs do. Because they've started now, the frogs. Down along the reeds on both banks, a low pulsing chorus, not loud, more like the river's own heartbeat made audible. And threaded through it, slower, the creak and tick of night insects trading their sounds back and forth across the water, patient as a conversation between two old friends who have all the time in the world. You step down into the boat. It takes your weight easily, a gentle dip, a soft rock side to side, and then stillness. The hull settles under you like a hand steadying itself, and you feel how broad and sure it is, how impossible it would be to tip. You lower yourself onto the cushions. They're deep and cool on top, warm underneath, and they receive you the way the bed received you a few minutes ago, completely without comment. There's a folded blanket at your knees if you want it later. You probably won't. The night is that warm. For a moment, you simply sit there, half lying against the cushioned backrest, and let the boat rock its last small rocks into stillness. The lantern flame wobbles once with the motion, throws a soft golden wash across the wooden gunnel, across your hands, and then steadies. Above you, the first stars are arriving in the violet, 2, then 5, then more than you can be bothered to count, coming out the way stars do, all at once and one at a time. The rope is looped around a cleat within easy reach. One loop. That's all that holds you here. And when you're ready, no hurry, the river will wait. You reach over and slip it free. The rope slides off the cleat with a soft rasp of fiber on wood, and you draw it in, wet at the far end, cool and heavy, and coil it loosely in the bow where it can rest all night. Nothing dramatic happens. That's the beautiful thing. The dock doesn't lurch away. There's just a slow, almost imperceptible turning, a lengthening of the dark water between you and the pilings. And then you feel it in your body before you see it. The current has you. The river has taken the boat into its keeping, the way a slow crowd absorbs a person walking into it. And from this moment on, the current does all the work, all of it. There is no oar in this boat. No paddle, no pole, no motor. You could look, and you'd find nothing to steer with, because nothing needs steering. The river knows its own way down, and it has been practicing for 10,000 years. The dock slides behind you. The last violet band above the far trees is thinning to a deep, deep blue. And you are moving, so gently that if you closed your eyes you might not be sure, except for the soft, sliding whisper of water along the flat hull, a sound like someone slowly smoothing a sheet, over and over, right beneath you. Let your body find its position on the cushions. Maybe more lying than sitting now, your head supported, your legs long and loose. The boat carries all of you. You can feel the faint, living motion of the water through the hull, not rocking exactly, more a slow breathing under the boards, a rise and settle so subtle it's almost the rhythm of your own chest. The lantern light lies on the river behind you in a golden path that wrinkles and mends itself, wrinkles and mends, gold on black. When a soft swell passes under the boat, the reflection scatters into coins of light and then gathers itself back into a ribbon, patient as everything else here. You might watch it for a while. There's nothing it's leading to. It's just light, doing what light does on water at night. The banks are sliding past on either side, close enough to know and far enough to be soft. On your right, a long stand of reeds, black against the blue-dark sky, hissing very faintly where the night air moves through them. On your left, the land rises a little, a grassy bank, and above it the round crowns of old trees, holding the last of the sky in their gaps. The frog chorus swells slightly as you pass a marshy inlet, dozens of low voices pulsing together, and then eases again as the reeds give way to open bank. Near and far. There's always a near sound and a far sound on this river. A frog close by the hull, and another answering from way downstream, so distant it's barely more than a suggestion. You let one hand slide over the low gunnel, and down, into the river. The water is warm. Warmer than the air, warm as a bath left to settle, and it moves against your fingers with the softest imaginable pressure, parting around them, closing behind them. You can feel the current there in miniature, the whole vast patience of the river expressed against your skin as a steady, silky pull. Your hand trails and the water writes slow lines around your wrist. You don't have to hold it there. Your arm can rest on the gunnel, and your hand can simply hang in the warmth, and the river will do the touching. Jasmine again, stronger now. You must be passing the source, somewhere on the left bank, an old vine gone wild over a fallen tree, opening its white stars to the dark. The scent lies right down on the water, and the boat glides through it, through a whole invisible room of sweetness, and slowly out the other side, carrying a little of it with you in the cushions and your hair. Overhead, the sky has finished turning. The violet is gone, the blue is gone. What's left is that deep, soft black that warm nights have, thick with stars now, the whole slow wheel of them. They lie on the river too, when the water flattens, faint white points trembling on the black surface between the boat and the banks, so that for long stretches you seem to be drifting between two skies, one above and one below, and the boat the only solid thing in either. A fish rises somewhere off to the right, just a single soft slip of sound, a circle you hear rather than see, spreading and gone. The frogs don't pause for it. Nothing here pauses for anything. And you may notice, lying there with your hand in the warm water and the lantern gold at your back, that your breathing has already slowed to match the river. It does that on its own. The hull whispers, the reeds hiss, the chorus pulses on both banks, and somewhere underneath all of it your breath has found the same unhurried time signature. In and out, the sheet-smoothing sound of water under the boards. In and out. The river bends now, a long, lazy bend to the left, and the boat leans into it by the smallest degree. You feel the turn more as a change in the sounds than anything else. The left bank comes closer. You can hear individual reeds ticking against each other, a dry, delicate sound over the wet ones. An insect lands briefly on the gunnel near your knee. A slow green thing with folded wings rests there through the whole bend as if it too were just riding the current tonight, and lifts away again into the dark without a sound. Around the bend, the river widens. You feel the space open, the frog chorus spreads out, thinner, more distant on both sides, and the water under the hull goes quieter, deeper toned, the way a room's sound changes when the ceiling lifts. Wide, slow water. The current here is so smooth that the boat seems less to move than to be held while the world slides gently past. The banks are farther now, low dark lines under the stars, and between you and them the water lies black and glassy, printed with starlight. The lantern's gold ribbon has stretched long behind you, and ahead, you can just make out where the river narrows again far downstream, a soft darkening between two masses of trees, the next chapter of the night waiting there with no urgency at all. Your hand is still in the water, warm as ever, maybe warmer. The river's temperature never changes tonight. It holds its heat the way old stone holds the sun, and your fingers have gone loose in it, the way fingers do in a warm bath, the small muscles giving up one by one. You might let your eyes rest on one star for a while, any star. There's one low over the trees ahead, a little brighter than its neighbors, sitting just above the dark gap where the river goes. It doesn't move, and you barely move, and for a long stretch nothing changes at all except the slow trading of sounds, frog near, frog far, a reed tick, the hull's soft whisper, an insect winding down its long, slow phrase somewhere on the right bank and starting it again. Time is getting soft out here. It does that on the river at night. You couldn't say how long you've been drifting, and there's no reason to know. The dock is far behind, somewhere upstream in another part of the evening, and everything you left on it, the day, the standing, the holding of yourself, is farther behind than that. The boat carries you toward the narrowing. The trees on both banks reach closer to the water here, big old trees leaning out over their own reflections. And as you slide in beneath the first of them, the sounds change again. Closer, rounder, gathered in under the leaves. A warm drop of dew falls from a branch far overhead and lands on the water beside the boat with a single soft tick. The jasmine is fainter under the trees, folded into a deeper green smell, leaves, bark, the breath of the woods at night. But it's still there, threading through, keeping you company. The lantern light finds the undersides of the leaves as you pass, brushing them gold for a moment, one branch and then the next, and letting them go back to darkness behind you. It's like moving through a slow procession of small, warm rooms. Each one holds you briefly. Each one lets you go. And the current, patient as ever, is slowing. You can feel it, the whisper under the hull growing longer between its phrases, the banks easing past more gently than before. The river isn't stopping. It never stops. It's just settling into its deep night pace, the pace it keeps when no one is watching, and it's taking you with it. Slower and softer. Every bend a little lower than the last, the whole warm night sloping gently downstream, and you along it, held flat and easy on the water, with nothing to steer and nothing to hold and nowhere you have to arrive. Somewhere ahead, an owl calls once from high in the trees, a soft, round note, more felt than heard, and the frogs answer with nothing at all, just their same slow pulse, and the boat glides on beneath the leaning branches with the lantern swaying so slightly, painting its small gold circle on the boards beside you, on the back of your resting hand, rising and settling with the breathing of the river. The branches begin to thin, and without any moment you could point to, the canopy opens, and the boat slides out from under the trees into a wider stretch of river you haven't seen yet. The water broadens here. It spreads itself flat and dark between low banks of sedge, and across its whole surface, scattered like sleeping birds, are lily pads. Dozens of them, wide and round and still, each one holding a bead or two of dew that catches the lantern as you pass and gives back a tiny, warm point of light. The boat moves among them without disturbing a single one. It seems to know the spaces between. And a new scent lifts off the water now, water lily, cool and sweet and faintly green, gentler than any garden flower, a scent that seems to belong to sleep itself, and it settles over you the way the blanket of night air already has, one more soft layer, weightless, welcome. You might notice how heavy your body has become against the boards of the boat, not a hard heaviness, a poured one, as if you were made of warm sand and the sand has finished settling and every grain is exactly where it wants to be. Your shoulders have widened into the wood. Your legs have given their whole weight away. Even your face has gone soft, the small muscles around your eyes, the hinge of your jaw, the little places that hold on longest, all of them loose now, all of them done. The lilies drift past on both sides. Here and there one of them holds a closed white bud, folded up for the night the way flowers fold, sealed and patient, and the sight of them, all those small sleeping things riding the same dark water as you, is quietly good. Everything on this river is resting. The lilies rest. The reeds rest. The fish rest somewhere below in the warm dark, hanging still in the current the way you're hanging still in the night. You're in good company out here. The whole world around the boat is doing exactly what you're doing. Far off to the left, low over the sedge, a single point of greenish light blinks on, floats a little way, and blinks off. Then another, closer. Fireflies, the last few of the evening, drifting above the bank in their slow, unhurried code. One of them wanders out over the water, pulsing its small, cool light above its own reflection, so that for a moment there are two of it, one above, one below, rising and dimming together. It drifts alongside the boat for a few breaths, keeping easy pace with you, and then it curves away toward the grasses and is gone. You didn't need it to stay. Things come alongside on this river and things fall away, and all of it is fine, and none of it asks anything of you. The water under the hull has gone even quieter now. In the lilies' stretch, the current barely speaks, just a soft, occasional sip against the wood, spaced far apart, like the slowest possible breathing. And your breathing may have found that pace too, or something near it. There's no need to check. The body handles all of that now. It has taken every task off your hands, the breathing, the drifting, the small, warm business of being carried. And it does it all beautifully in the dark, the way it has your whole life, every single night without being asked. Ahead, spanning the river from bank to bank, something pale rises out of the darkness. An old stone bridge. Low and rounded, a single arch, its stones gone soft-edged with years and furred at the waterline with moss. No road crosses it anymore. Grass grows thick along its top, silver dark in the starlight, and it stands there the way very old things stand, patient and unbothered, holding its arch over the water the way it has for longer than anyone remembers. The boat drifts toward it, toward the deep curve of shadow beneath, and as you come near, you can smell the bridge before you reach it. Wet stone, cool moss, the mineral breath of a place the sun never fully touches. A clean, ancient smell, the smell of shelter. And then you're under it. The arch passes over you slow and close, and everything changes for the length of it. The sounds gather in and turn round, your own drifting made audible, the tiny lap of water swelling into a soft, hollow music that belongs only to this little stone room. The lantern light climbs the curved underside of the arch and shows you the stones one by one, gold-brushed and glistening faintly, beaded here and there with moisture, mapped with moss in slow, dark continents. The air is a shade cooler here, just for a moment, cool on your forehead like a hand laid gently there. And then the arch slides away behind you, the stars return overhead, the warm air folds back over you, and the bridge stands in the night at your back, already keeping its watch over some other stretch of water. You may find you're barely following any of this now. That's exactly right. The words can go by like the banks go by, most of them slipping past unattended, one of them, now and then, brushing you softly and moving on. There's nothing here you need to catch. The river doesn't need your attention to carry you. The night doesn't need your attention to hold you. You can sink beneath the words entirely, the way a stone sinks beneath the water, easy and slow, and everything up here at the surface will go on without you, glimmering quietly, taken care of. Beyond the bridge, the river turns, a long, lazy bend to the right, and the right-hand bank rises into a low bluff crowned with pines. You can smell them before you see them clearly. That dry, sweet resin scent drifting down warm over the water, pine and dust and sun heat still held in the needles from a day that ended hours ago. The bluff keeps the last of the day's warmth the way the river does, and it breathes that warmth down over you as you round the bend. A slow, dry sweetness laid over the cool, green smell of the water, and the two of them together make something you could sleep inside of. Somewhere up on the bluff, high in the pines, the breeze moves. You hear it before you feel anything, a long, soft hush through the needles far above, like the sound of a slow wave that never breaks. It travels the length of the tree line and fades. A little later it comes again. That's the rhythm the pines keep at night. Hush, and quiet, and hush again. And the river carries you along beneath it, and it's very possible your thoughts have started coming apart the way thoughts do at this hour, loosening at their edges, drifting off in the middle, one image sliding into another without ever finishing. Let them. Half thoughts are the right thoughts now. Fragments are fine. The mind is only doing what the lilies did, folding itself closed for the night, petal by petal, sealing in its warmth till morning. Your hand, still trailing in the river, has stopped feeling like a hand exactly. It feels like part of the water now, warm within warm, edges gone. And the rest of you is following it there, slowly, the boundary between you and the boat gone soft, the boundary between the boat and the river gone soft, until it's hard to say what's carrying what, and there's no reason to say. Everything down here at the bottom of the night is one warm, drifting thing. The bluff eases down as the bend straightens, the pines stepping back from the water, and the river opens into the widest, stillest reach you've come to yet, almost a lake of itself. The current here is so slow it's more of an intention than a movement. And on this wide black mirror, the stars come down to meet you, the whole sky laid out again on the water, but closer now, steadier, barely trembling, so the boat seems to float on stars above and stars below, hung in the middle of one deep, soft sphere of night. The lantern makes its small gold island in the middle of all that silver. You in the gold, the stars everywhere else. and no sound at all for a while but the pines far behind, sending down one more long hush, fainter now and fainter. A mist is beginning on the water. You may see it gathering out at the edges of the wide reach, low, white, thin as breath, standing in slow curls above the surface. It doesn't approach so much as it assembles, quietly here and there, a soft company of pale shapes leaning over their reflections. The boat drifts toward a thin drift of it, and when you pass through, it touches your face like the coolest, lightest cloth barely there, gone in a breath, and leaves behind a clean water smell, rain-like, though there's no rain, only the river exhaling its warmth into the cooler air of the deep hours. The mist means the night has reached its stillest chapter. Even the frogs have gone spare now, a single low note way back once, then a long, long time of nothing. Then once more, softer, as if even they are talking in their sleep. And the boat slows again. You can feel it in your body, the last faint sense of forward easing away, the water thickening into calm, as the river gathers you into a place it has clearly been bringing you all along. Off the main channel, half veiled in mist, there's an inlet. A small round cove tucked into the bank, ringed with sweetgrass, roofed at its far edge by one enormous willow whose long, soft branches hang all the way down to the water and trail there, drawing slow lines in the surface. The current turns the boat gently toward it. No steering, no choosing. The river simply hands you in, the way you'd pass something precious from one hand to the other, and the boat glides through the gap in the grasses, under the outermost fringe of the willow, the fine leaves brushing over the bow, whispering across the gunnels, one long strand trailing featherlight across your blanket and away, and into the still heart of the cove. Here the water doesn't move at all. Here the boat drifts to the middle of the stillness and slows, and comes to rest, turning maybe half a turn, so gently you can't tell when the motion ends and the floating begins. The willow hangs its curtain between you and the wide night. Through the drape of leaves, the stars still show, softened, scattered into 100 small lights among the branches, like something strung there for you long ago. The mist stands at the mouth of the cove and comes no closer. The sweetgrass breathes its warm hay sweetness over the water. That's the scent of this place, sweetgrass and willow bark and the still green water, a smell like a barn loft in summer, like every safe sleeping place there ever was. The lantern has burned low. You may notice its gold circle has grown smaller, dimmer, warmer from flame to ember glow, lighting now only the boards nearest it, the fold of the blanket, the curve of the hull. It isn't going out. It's settling the way everything here settles down to its softest, sustainable glow, the little heart of light it will keep all night without any tending. Nothing here needs tending. Not the lantern, not the boat, not you. You can bring your hand in from the water now if it wants to come, or leave it where it is. If it comes in, it comes back warm and heavy and rests wherever it lands, and the blanket holds its warmth around it. Either way is right. Everything you could do now is right, and there's almost nothing left to do. The willow moves just barely in air too soft to call a breeze. Its long branches sway a finger's width and back, and where their tips touch the water, they make the smallest sound in the world, a tick, a silence. A tick, slow drops of sound falling into the cove, spaced far, far apart like a clock that keeps no time at all. Between them, the quiet is complete, not empty. Full the way a held breath is full, the way a dark room is full when someone you love is sleeping in it. The cove holds you the way that room would, closed round, watched over by nothing but the willow and the grass and the low gold ember of the lantern, and all of them steady, and all of them staying. Your body is finishing its long descent now. You may feel it as a slow, warm sinking that goes on even though the boat has stopped, down through the boards, down through the still water, down into the deep, soft dark beneath everything, which turns out not to be dark at all, but only rest, only the same warmth you've been drifting on all night, going all the way down. Each breath out lets you a little further into it. Each breath in asks nothing back. Somewhere beyond the willow, out on the wide water, the mist keeps its slow watch. Somewhere behind that, the pines send down a hush so distant it might be memory. And somewhere far, far upstream, another country now, another life, the river goes on arriving and arriving at the place where you started, carrying its stars past the empty dock, and none of that has anything to do with you anymore. You are here, in the cove, under the willow, in the last small circle of gold. A dewdrop gathers at the tip of one long willow leaf above the water, hangs there, taking its time, holding a bead of starlight, and lets go. Tick. The rings it makes spread out across the cove, wide and slow, rounding under the boat, lifting you the smallest amount, less than a breath, and passing on, and the water closes smooth behind them, and the stillness comes back deeper than before. The sweetgrass breathes. The blanket holds its warmth against you, and your own warmth answers it, and the two warmths have long since become one. You couldn't lift your arms now if you wanted to, and you don't want to, and that heaviness is the kindest thing. The body's way of saying it's finished. It's safe. It's staying right here till morning, and it doesn't need you for any of it. The willow sways, a finger's width, and back. The lantern ember breathes its small gold breath on the boards. You might notice from very far away that the night is holding you the way water holds a leaf. No grip at all, just everywhere at once. And the leaf never falls because there's nowhere to fall to. Only the holding. Only the warm, dark water of the night and you upon it, and the slow, soft trading of the last few sounds, a willow tick. The grass's breath. Something settling in the reeds with a sound like a sigh. Time has stopped keeping itself. The cove doesn't measure anything. The night out here is one long unbroken now, wide as the water, soft as the mist, and you can rest anywhere in it, anywhere at all. Your face is loose. Your hands are warm. The boat holds still on the still water, and the water holds still in the still cove, and the cove holds still inside the sleeping land, ring within ring within ring, and you at the warm center of all of them, lighter than the mist, heavier than the stones of the old bridge, both at once, the way only sleepers can be. Another drop gathers on the willow leaf. It takes even longer this time. The whole cove seems to wait for it, though nothing is waiting, nothing needs it to fall. And when it falls at last, the tick is softer than the last one, and the rings are slower, and by the time they reach the boat, there hardly rings at all, just a memory of movement passing under you like a slow thought passing through a sleeping mind, noticed by no one, troubling nothing. The ember glows, the grass breathes, and maybe the willow curtain stirs once more, letting through a little more starlight, a little less. It doesn't matter which. And maybe the mist at the mouth of the cove leans and straightens in its pale, slow way. And maybe an owl, miles off now, sends one round note across the sleeping fields, so faint it arrives more as warmth than sound. And the cove takes all of it in and gives back only stillness, only the deep green smell of the water, only the soft weight of the blanket rising and settling, with a breath you no longer have to breathe on purpose. Everything is carried now, everything is held. The river brought you all this way just to set you down here, in the softest corner of the whole long night, and it asks nothing for the journey, not thanks, not attention, not even that you remember it. By morning, the current will still be moving out there beyond the willow, patient as ever, and the lilies will open, and the mist will fold itself away into the light. But that's the morning's business, hours and hours from here, on the far side of a long, deep valley of rest. And you're at the near edge of that valley now, already sinking down its warm slope, the sounds of the cove growing rounder and farther, the gold of the ember softening to a haze behind your closed eyes. The willow tick, long quiet, the grass's warm breath. The boards beneath you, steady as the ground itself. The water under everything, holding. And down you go, easy as the dewdrop, easy as the leaf on the water. Nothing to steer, nothing to keep. the night doing all of it now, all of it gladly, and the cove settling around you, ring on ring, softer and softer still. And somewhere in that softening, without any push, without any decision from anyone, the boat begins the smallest drift of the whole night. A hand's width, no more. A slow lean toward the shadowed side of the cove, where the reeds grow thick along the bank. You might not even notice it as movement. It feels more like the cove drawing you in a little closer, the way a bed seems to gather you deeper into itself in the middle of the night, without your asking, without your waking. The water makes room. The dark makes room. And the reeds, when the boat reaches them, receive it the way tall grass receives the wind, with a long, dry, papery whisper, dozens of slender stems brushing along the hull, bending, easing, letting you in among them. It is a different sound than any the night has offered so far, softer than water, warmer than wind. The sound of thin green things touching wood and not minding, a hush drawn out until the boat slows and comes to rest, cradled on every side. The reeds lean in above the gunnels, close enough that you could touch them if touching were something you still did. Their tips nod against the night sky. Some of them carry the last of the dew along their stems in a thin, bright line. And where the boat has pressed the stems together, they hold it, the whole slim crowd of them, the way many gentle hands hold something precious that has been passed to them for the night. The boat cannot drift now. It cannot turn or wander or slip back toward open water. The reeds have it, and the reeds have you, and the holding is complete in a way even the anchor of stillness before was not, because now you can feel it along both sides of the hull, that faint springy pressure, alive and patient, 1,000 thin green fingers saying, without words, stay, stay, there's nowhere else. And your body seems to understand this before your mind does. Something in the shoulders lets down another notch. Something behind the breastbone unclenches a thread you didn't know was still held. When a thing is truly held, it stops holding itself. That's all that's happening now. That's all that needs to. Where the bow has nosed in closest to the bank, it has pressed against a low shelf of moss and water mint, and the mint, gently crushed, has opened its scent into the air, cool and green and sweet, brighter than the deep water smell, floating over it the way starlight floats over dark ground. You may find it arrives in slow waves, that scent. Present, then almost gone, then present again as the air stirs its small stirrings. And each time it returns, it seems to arrive from a little farther away, though nothing has moved, as if the scent itself were falling asleep in stages and taking you with it. Beyond the reeds, the bank rises just slightly, a soft shoulder of earth still carrying, deep down, the warmth the sun left in it hours and hours ago. You can almost feel that warmth reaching the boat, the faintest breath of it threading between the reed stems, earth warm, root warm, the temperature of a hand resting on a blanket. Old willow roots run through that bank like slow dark rivers of their own, going down and down into ground that has not been disturbed in 100 years. Nothing hurried has ever happened there. Nothing hurried ever will. And the boat leans its cheek against that ancient patience now and borrows it and gives it to you through the boards, through the blanket, through the loosened weight of your resting body. Out past the reed tops, low over the meadow you cannot see but can feel breathing in the dark, the last fireflies of the night are finishing their slow work. Fewer now than there would have been at dusk. Just a handful of small gold pulses drifting above the grass, each one blinking slower than the one before, longer dark between the lights, as if they too are letting go of the effort of shining. You might watch one through half-closed eyes, a soft rise of gold, a fade, a long velvet gap, another rise, dimmer. And then, somewhere in one of those gaps, it simply doesn't come back, and the dark where it was is not empty but full, the way a room is full after a candle is blown out, and the sweetness of the smoke still hangs there. One by one, they settle into the grass for the night. One by one, the meadow takes its small lights back, and each one that goes out seems to turn down something in you as well, some tiny filament of watchfulness, until soon there will be nothing left burning anywhere that needs your attention. The boat itself has its own quiet story to tell your hands, if your hands were curious, which they are far too heavy to be. The wood of the gunwale is old and smooth, paint worn soft at the edges by years of palms and weather. The grain raised just slightly the way wood raises when it has known 1,000 rains and dried in 1,000 slow noons. Somewhere near the oarlock there is a small carved shape, letters or a star, cut long ago by someone resting on some other summer night, worn now to a gentle dip your thumb could read like braille. The oars are shipped and still, lying along the boards, their blades dry, their work long done. Even the boat is off duty. Even the boat is only resting now. A resting thing holding a resting thing, wood cooling slowly in the mint-sweet air, giving up the last of the day's stored sun in a warmth so faint it's more like kindness than heat. And beneath you, you can let your attention sink there now, slow as a leaf sinking, no rush. Beneath the hull the water shallows toward the bank, and its floor is silt soft as sifted flour, silt that has been settling out of the slow river for longer than anyone has been alive, one fine grain at a time, each one drifting down through the dark water for hours before touching bottom and becoming part of that deep, soft bed. Nothing lands hard there. Nothing could. It is the gentlest floor in the world, and small fish are resting against it right now, barely moving, their fins making motions too slow to be called swimming, their sides the color of the dark itself. The water around them is layered like a house with cool, quiet rooms, warmer near the surface where the day still lingers, cooler and cooler going down, and in each room, stillness, and below each room, another stillness, all the way to that flower-soft floor. You are floating on top of a whole building of sleep. Every level of it beneath you is calmer than the last. Your breath finds this out and follows it, down through the warm layer, down through the cool, down toward the soft floor where nothing ever lands hard. Not really going anywhere, your breath just borrowing the shape of that descent the way a tune borrows the shape of a hill. In and slowly down, in and slower down. You don't have to do it. It's doing itself the way the fireflies dim themselves, the way the mint sweetens the air without meaning to. High above the reed tips, something is changing in the sky, and it is the kindest change a night sky can make. A veil of thin, high cloud has begun to draw itself across the stars, not covering them, only softening them, the way breath softens a window pane. The sharp points become small blooms of light. The bright ones blur to a gentle silver. The whole ceiling of the night grows rounder, closer, more like the inside of something than the outside of everything, and the darkness between the softened stars turns a deep felted gray-blue, the exact color of closed eyes. You may feel the sky come down a little when this happens, not falling, tucking, the night pulling its own blanket up. And under that low, soft ceiling, the cove becomes a room at last, a bedroom the size of the world, with reed walls and a silt floor and a boat for a bed, and you already in it, already under the covers, already most of the way gone. Miles off across the sleeping fields, in the last direction you will ever bother to notice tonight, a single small window has been holding a lamp. A farmhouse, maybe, one amber square hanging in all that dark countryside, somebody's kitchen or somebody's landing, the last waking light for miles. And now, as you rest here in the reeds, it goes out, just like that. A little amber square becomes a little dark square becomes nothing at all, and the countryside closes over the place where it was, whole and seamless. Whoever kept it burning has gone up their stairs and lain down. The whole land is asleep now, every field of it, every hedge and lane and roof, and you are not outside that sleep looking in, you are inside it, deep inside it, one warm point near its very center, wrapped in reeds, wrapped in mist-soft air, wrapped in the huge, easy slumber of everything. You might notice how far away your feet feel, pleasantly far, like the far end of a long, warm valley. The blanket has settled its weight so evenly along you that there's no longer any line where you end and it begins just one warm shape in the bottom of the boat, breathing. Your hands have gone past heavy into something better than heavy, a kind of glowing absence, the way hands feel when they've been warm a long time and have nothing left to hold. Your jaw hangs loose on its hinge. Your tongue rests wide and soft. Behind your closed eyes, the dark is doing that slow, deep water thing it does right before sleep, drifting shapes that aren't shapes, colors that aren't colors, the mind's own reed shadows swaying without wind. You can let them sway. They know the way from here. A single reed stem, nudged by nothing, taps once against the hull. A small woody knock, round and hollow and kind, and goes still. Long afterward, you couldn't say how long another does the same, somewhere near the stern. The reeds talk to the boat that way through the deep of the night, one soft knock at a time, spaced out like the last slow words of a conversation that's ending happily. Each knock a little quieter. Each silence between them a little wider and warmer. You don't listen for them anymore. They arrive or they don't. Everything arrives or it doesn't now, and either way is perfect, and either way you sink. The mint again, fainter, more memory than scent. The earth warmth of the bank, breathing through the reeds. Somewhere below, a fish shifts against the soft floor and settles deeper, and the water carries the news of it upward so gently that by the time it reaches the hull, it's nothing at all, less than nothing, a smoothness passing under a smoothness. And you may find, in this deep hour, that even the idea of the cove is loosening, that you no longer picture it so much as wear it, the way you wear warmth, the way you wear the dark behind your eyes. The reeds are less like reeds now, and more like the feeling of being held. The water is less like water and more like the feeling of being carried. The soft-veiled stars are less like stars, and more like the quiet glow a mind gives off when it has finally, fully stopped working. It's all becoming feeling. That's how a place says goodnight. It stops being scenery and becomes the softness around you, and asks nothing more than that you rest in it. Your breath has gone shallow and slow, the breath of someone already sleeping, and there's a small sweetness in noticing that distantly, the way you'd notice rain on the roof from deep under covers, the body already there, the last thin ribbon of listening trailing behind it like the wake the boat no longer makes. That ribbon is thinning too. It can thin as much as it likes. There is nothing left in the night it needs to carry back to you. The reeds will hold the boat. The bank will hold the reeds. The land will hold the bank, and the great slow turning dark will hold the land. And every one of those holdings is older and surer than worry ever was. The cloud veil drifts, and for a moment a handful of softened stars swim clear, milk bright, trembling gently in the last open water beyond the reed tips. The sky and its reflection so alike now, both so blurred and gentle that up and down have traded places without anyone minding. You are floating between two skies. You have been for a while. Both of them are half asleep. Both of them are dimming at the same tender rate, like two eyes closing that belong to the same enormous, kindly, drowsing face. Warmth pools in the small of your back where the boards have learned your shape. It stays there, steady, a coal without fire, and spreads by slow degrees along your spine, up between your shoulders, out to the round, warm weights of your arms. The body is banking its warmth for the night the way the earth banks the sun's, deep and quiet and enough. More than enough. You could be carried anywhere like this and never feel it. You will be carried nowhere. That's the gift. All this softness and no journey left. All this holding and nothing to be held for. Just the pooled warmth and the papery hush when a night breath finds the reed tops and the wide felted dark and you. A knock from the reeds, small, wooden, farther than the last. The mint, once more, from very far away, like a green thought waving from a hillside you've already left. And the silt floor beneath everything, soft as flour, softer, where every falling thing has always landed gently, where every grain that ever drifted down arrived at last without a sound. Your own drifting is like that now. Grain slow, hush soft, Nothing watching it, nothing timing it, just the long, easy fall through warmer and warmer dark toward a bed that has been waiting all along and cannot be missed. Cannot be missed, because it is everywhere below you and made entirely of rest. The reeds lean, the veil drifts. The land breathes once hugely in its sleep, and the breath moves through the meadow grass and through the reed bed and along the hull and through the blanket's warmth and through you, and out the other side into the dark, taking with it whatever was left. There wasn't much. There's less now. Soon there will be only the warmth and the slow trading of those last small wooden knocks, spaced wider than thought, and the soft gray blue of the felted sky pressing down as gently as a palm on a child's hair. And the boards, and the stillness under the boards, and the deeper stillness under that. You may already be asleep. It doesn't matter. This is the hour when the difference stops mattering, when being here and dreaming here are the same warm thing, and the cove goes on either way, holding its boat, holding its dark, holding its one slow sleeper at the center of the sleeping world. If a picture drifts up reeds or a dim gold pulse in grass or a window going dark across the fields, you can let it drift through and away, a leaf on slow water, yours and not yours. The night sorts all of it. The night keeps none of it. By the deepest hour, everything the mind lets go of has settled to the soft floor with all the other grains, and the water above is clear and quiet and completely at rest. Warm now, all the way through. Heavy now, in the good way, the way the bank is heavy, the way the old roots are heavy, holding the whole green whirled up without ever once straining. The reed stems make their thin, faithful fence around you, and the last knock, when it comes, is so soft it might only be the boat's own wood settling, timbers easing against timbers with a creak too small to name, the sound a bed makes when the sleeper finally goes truly still. And after it, nothing, the fullest kind of nothing. Nothing like dark velvet, nothing like held breath released, nothing that has room in it for everything you've set down tonight and asks no rent for keeping it. The veil closes gently over the last soft stars. The cove dims by one more sweet degree, and somewhere in that dimming, the border between the warm boards and your warm body finishes dissolving, and the boat breathes when you breathe, and the water breathes when the boat does, slow and slower, the whole nested night rising and settling as one. The mint, almost gone. The bank's deep warmth, still there, always there. And down, easy, grain slow through the warm, dark water of rest, past the cool, quiet rooms, toward the floor where nothing lands hard, where nothing has ever landed hard. Drifting, held, the reeds keeping their small watch that isn't watching, the land asleep around its sleeping cove, and the cove asleep around its boat, and the boat around you, soft and softer still. And softer still, until soft is simply what the night is made of, everywhere, in every direction the resting mind can reach, which is not far now, which does not need to be far. Somewhere out past the reed fence, a single drop of dew lets go of a bent stem and falls the little distance to the water. You may hear it, or you may only feel the idea of it, a round, small sound, complete in itself, asking nothing. The ring it makes travels a hand's width and gives up. Even the water is too sleepy to carry news tonight. Even the smallest ripple lies back down. The blanket has learned the whole shape of you by now. It holds the warmth pooled behind your knees, in the bend of your elbows, along the low curve of your back where the boards rise to meet you. There is a particular heaviness that comes only at this hour, the heaviness of a body that has finished with the day so completely that even its weight feels borrowed, feels lent to the boat for safekeeping. You can let the boat keep it. The boat is good at keeping things. It has kept its own wood dry and warm through 1,000 nights like this one, and it will keep you the same easy way, without effort, without thinking, the way a hand keeps its warmth. The air just above your face is cool and clean, faintly green with the breath of the reeds, and under that, the last thread of mint, so thin now it is more memory than scent. And under that, the deep brown sweetness of old timber, wood that has been water-soaked and sun-dried so many times it smells like both at once. You breathe it in without trying. It breathes itself in, really. Everything is doing itself now. The lungs fill on their own, slow tide. The heart keeps its small night watch without asking you to attend. You are excused. You have been excused for a while. Far below the hull, in the black water where the light of the veil never reaches, something large and gentle turns over in its own sleep. A slow fish, maybe, or only a current shifting its shoulder. And the movement passes up through the water as the faintest sway, a rocking so slight you could not point to it, only ride it. And you do ride it. You have been riding it all along. The oldest rocking there is older than boats, older than beds. The water saying, settle, settle, settle. In a language the body knew before it knew anything else. You might notice that your thoughts, when they come at all, arrive without words now. A color, a warmth, the shape of the cove without its name. This is how the mind talks to itself at the very edge of sleep, in pictures worn smooth as river stones, and none of them need answering. One drifts by, gray-blue, gone, another, something gold and far, gone. The space between them widens like the space between the wooden knocks, wider and wider, until the space is most of what there is, and the pictures are only small boats themselves, passing on their own dark water, none of them yours to steer. The veil overhead has thickened by one more degree, the way cream settles. Where there were soft stars, there is now only a pale suggestion of where stars would be, a dim silver evenness, the sky's own closed eyelid. And the light that comes down through it is barely light at all. It is more like the memory of light lying quietly on the surface of things, on the rim of the hull, on the folded edge of the blanket, on the backs of your resting hands. A glow so faint and kind it could be mistaken for warmth. Warm, yes, everything warm. The kind of warm that has no edges, that starts nowhere and ends nowhere, that has soaked all the way to the center and met itself coming back. Somewhere along the far bank, low to the water, a night bird makes one small round note. Just one, testing the silence, finding it good, and saying nothing more. The note hangs a moment, soft as a lamp behind cloth, and dissolves. You may find you loved it a little, that single sound. You may find you've already forgotten it. Both are right. The night takes everything the same way, gently, and gives back sleep. Your face has gone soft. You might notice this without doing anything about it. The small muscles around the eyes lying flat and easy, the jaw loose, the tongue resting heavy in the floor of the mouth. The face of a sleeper. The face you wore as a child in the back seat of a long drive home, trusting the road to someone else and the hum of it and the dark going by. That trust is here again. It never really left. It was only waiting for a night quiet enough to be felt. The boat eases another fraction into the water, a settling so slow it takes minutes, the hull finding its truest rest, the water accepting it the way a mattress accepts a shoulder. And with it, you ease too. There is always a little further down, even now. Not a falling, just a fitting. The body finding the last soft places it hadn't fully given, an ankle, the base of the skull, the small of the back, and giving them, one by one, into the boards, into the blanket, into the patient dark. Given and held. The reeds do not move now, or they move so slowly that stillness and moving are the same. Their thin shadows lie across the water like a page of quiet writing no one needs to read. The dew is settling on them, drop by silent drop, dressing the whole reed fence in tiny cool beads that will hold the first pale light hours from now, in a morning that is none of your concern. A morning on the far side of a long, dark, feather-deep country you are only just entering, and the entering is soft. The border unguarded, the crossing already half made. You may already be over it. There's no way to tell from here, and no reason to check. The last thread of mint lets go, and in its place, nothing, just clean, cool air and wood and water. The plain, honest smells of a world with nothing left to do. Breath, slow. The blanket's warmth, whole. The water under everything, asleep. Somewhere in the fields beyond the bank, a barn owl crosses without a sound, white as the veil, low over the sleeping grass. And even this, the softest traveler of the night, you only know the way sleep knows things, from underneath, as a passing hush inside the hush. Nothing calls you, nothing needs you. The world has arranged itself entirely around your rest, the reeds at their small stations, the water holding its floor of settled grains, the veil drawn, the land breathing its huge, slow farmer's breath under all the dark fields. And at the center of it, one warm shape in one warm boat, going down easy. Easy, the way honey goes down in a jar left in a warm room. No hurry in it anywhere, no bottom that needs reaching, only the going. You can let the last of your listening go now. The cove will do the listening. It has better ears than any of us, ears made of water and reed and hollow wood, and it hears everything and worries about none of it. Let it listen. Let it hold the watch. Your watch is over, has been over. The relief of that can spread now, if it likes, all the way out to the fingertips, the ankles, the crown of the head, a warmth inside the warmth, permission inside permission. Rest. Just this. The boards under you have your heat now, and you have theirs, and there's no longer a line where one ends. Warm wood, warm body, one drowsy weight on the water. The night is very deep, the good deep, the deep where hours lose their numbers and lie down together in the dark like sheep in a fold. And the fold is warm, and the gate is closed. And the shepherd is asleep too, somewhere, trusting the night the way the night can be trusted. Down a little more, grain slow. Past the last cool layer. Into the warm, still floor of things, where everything that lands soft. The veil, silver gray, unmoving now. The water, black glass, dreaming. The reeds, a thin, faithful fence, keeping nothing out because nothing is coming, keeping you in the way arms keep. You are allowed to sleep now. You've been allowed all along, but hear it once more in the smallest voice the night has. Allowed, expected, even, the way the tide is expected. The way morning dew is expected on the reed stems. A thing the world was always going to do, gently, at its own hour, and the hour is here. There is nothing you need to do now. Nothing to hold. Nothing to finish. Only the warmth, and the slow boards, and the breath doing itself. The boat rocks once so slightly, the width of a sleeping breath, and stills. Somewhere a last drop of dew gathers, and waits, in no hurry to fall. The dark is velvet now, close and kind. It rests against your eyelids with no weight at all, the way dark rests on the inside of a folded wing. Soft, warm all through. The cove holds its boat. The boat holds its sleeper. And the night holds all of it, easily in one hand. You might feel the last little distance between waking and sleeping grow thin as the veil itself, thin as a breath on cold glass, and you don't have to cross it. It crosses itself. It is crossing now, quiet as water finding its level. The reeds, the still water, the warm wood, breathing when you breathe. Slower and slower. Held. The deep hour settles over the cove like snow that makes no sound when it lands, covering the fields, the banks, the thin reed shadows, covering everything in the same soft nothing. Only rest now. Only the dark, warm as the blanket. Only the slow trade of breath between you and the sleeping water. A hush inside a hush inside a hush. The boat at rest. The water at rest. You. Warm. Heavy. Easy. Down through the last soft layer, where the grains lie still, where the night keeps everything and asks for nothing. The veil closes, all the way, gently, like a hand smoothing a page. And here, you are allowed to sleep. There is nothing left undone. Nothing left at all, but warmth and water and the slow dark holding. The reeds keep their small watch. The dew waits on the stem. The boards breathe. Soft. Softer. Sleep now, the cove has you. The water, slow. The dark, kind. Warm. Still.